Welcome back, Binge Heads. It's your host, CT Whisky, coming to you fresh off a late-night watch with a glass of whiskey in one hand and some buttered popcorn in the other. First things first, it's Father's Day weekend, so shout out to all the dads out there. Whether you're a girl dad, a boy dad, or the cool uncle stepping in as dad, much respect. Now let's talk about a film that leans hard into that parental instinct energy. The kind of, what would you do for your kid? Kind of story. I'm talking about the new thriller Echo Valley. Echo Valley is a 2025 American thriller directed by Michael Pearce, written by Brad Ingelsby, the same guy who gave us Mare of Easttown, and starring Julianne Moore, Sweeney, and Domhnall Gleeson, with Kyle MacLachlan and Fiona Shaw in supporting roles. The story centers on Kate Garrett, played by Julianne Moore, who's living a quiet, grief-filled life training horses on her farm in southern Pennsylvania. She's dealing with her own personal tragedy when one night, her daughter Claire, played by Sweeney, shows up covered in blood. But here's the kicker, the blood's not hers. That's when the movie throws us into a downward spiral of secrets, danger, and moral dilemmas. It's a story about how far a parent will go to protect their child, even when the truth is ugly, or worse. Let me start with what worked. The acting is solid. Julianne Moore, always dependable. She brings this quiet, haunted strength to the role of Kate. You believe she's been through some pain. Her eyes say everything without needing much dialogue. Sweeney, surprisingly effective. She plays Claire as unpredictable, fragile, and kind of shady. You never really know if you should trust her, and that adds tension. The film does a great job visually. The rural setting, this quiet, foggy Pennsylvania horse farm, is both peaceful and eerie. It becomes a character in itself. There are long silences and scenes that build dread just by letting things breathe. But here's where things go sideways for me. The storyline feels off. At times, it's trying to be too smart, throwing in twists and reveals that feel more like wait, really? Then some of the decisions the characters make, not even close to believable. There were moments where I literally said out loud, nah, come on now. The pacing also drags in spots. There's this slow burn vibe that wants to feel like a build-up, but halfway through the movie I was just waiting for something big to hit. And when it finally does, it's not quite satisfying. It's not that the movie is bad. It just doesn't fully stick the landing. The emotional stakes are there. A mother and daughter trying to survive, trying to reconnect. But the thriller side, that's where the wheels start to wobble a bit. So here's my honest take. Echo Valley is a what-I'm watch. It's got enough solid acting and atmosphere to make it worth checking out once, especially if you're into those gritty family dramas with crime elements baked in. But would I rewatch it? Nope. It didn't leave me needing to explore more. Once the credits rolled, I was like, okay, that was a thing. It's definitely not Oscar bait, even though with this cast, it looks like it's trying to be. But if you've got nothing else lined up this weekend and want something a little dark, a little emotional, and a little messy, then go ahead and press play. And when you do, let me know what you think. Did it work for you? Or were you like me, kinda sitting there with a raised eyebrow like, yo, what are we doing here? That's it for this one, Binge Heads. Thanks as always for rocking with me. If you watched Echo Valley or plan to, drop a comment below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep the channel growing. Enjoy your Father's Day weekend. Hug your people tight. And if your kid ever shows up covered in blood, maybe pour a drink first before asking questions. It's your host CT Whisky, signing off. I'll catch you next time.